Outdoors on the Farm is brought to you by Land Trust. Join our community of thousands of outdoor enthusiasts. Find properties, connect with landowners, and book an experience today. Learn more at landtrust.com.
When it comes to invasive species, sometimes nature needs a helping hand. This week on our special series, Outdoors on the Farm, Chip Flory focuses on Ranchland in Kansas and how the owner has helped to reclaim the landscape.
Welcome to Outdoors on the Farm. I'm your host, Chip Flory. We are in south central Kansas, and I'm telling you right now, when you get west of the Medicine River in south central Kansas, Kansas looks a whole lot different than what I thought it was going to. You get into the gypsum hills and the range country. The history behind the area is absolutely fascinating to me. So, Ted Alexander, when did you move out here to the ranch?
I moved out here in 1985.
Okay. And what did this ranch look like in 1985?
Well, I didn't know what it looked like because it was covered in cedar trees. So first thing I had to do is find the ranch from all the cedar trees and the neglect that had been since my great-granddad had bought the ranch probably around 1890, someplace in there. This was the first large-scale ranch burning that had been taking place in the area. They never ran cattle. It was always a custom grazing.
Compare the ranch today to when you got here in 1985.
Well, there's no comparison, Chip. I mean, our stocking rate is probably over 200% of what it was in the 80s when I came here. I came in 75, but you know, I just can grow so much more forage because the trees aren't there and the water cycle is so complete, and the energy cycle and the mineral cycle, and you know, it streams started and creeks started in flowing, canyons started in having water in them.
Tell me about the ranch today, Brian.
Well, the ranch today, it's still the same size as when Dad got it. I haven't managed to add any more and have managed not to lose any. Yep. I operate the ranch kind of almost as three separate entities because I've got blacktop roads, breaking it up in almost three separate three separate units that are not very far off in size. So custom grazing, I got a few of my own cows. We do sell a little bit of freezer beef, but mostly custom grazing operation.
The reason I went into custom grazing is I had the choice when I got control of the ranch what to do. And I was more involved in looking at finding what I had than learning the cow herd business. The light came on. I said, oh, I don't have to have this large investment of bovine units. You know, I can concentrate on the ecological systems.
So that means you're more of a grass manager than you are a cattle manager.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I'm a used sunlight salesman.
So there you go. We learned about the history of the Alexander Ranch down here in south central Kansas. And we learned about where Brian thinks this ranch is compared to where he hopes it will end up when the restoration is complete. Tomorrow, we're going to make a trip to the beaver pond. That's where we're going to find out what the animals on the ranch, the grassland, the water, what everything all combined is telling Brian about the health of the Alexander Ranch Outdoors on the Farm.